doing some of the, studies on the Gnostics as well, it is a different perspective to really sort of open your eyes, so that you can sort of bring that, like you said, factor that into the equation and see that there's more just out there than just really this one sort of way of thinking. And even though it's not, for me, like you said, it's not necessarily something to repeat. It's not even needed to be repeated. But I think it is there to kind of know, move from that place of just trying to understand what the Gnostics did, but knowing that that particular thought pattern, that particular understanding was a part of me, because it is a part of my, a part of who we are. And so sometimes when we begin to look at some things, I know for myself and see things here, I can understand that way of thinking. It doesn't mean that I live there 100% of the time.
Well, no, there is no contradiction in that in a big way. If you study, again, let me repeat, if you study all of this in any form or fashion, as you get deeper and deeper into the understanding, you will find they are talking about the same thing.
Yes.
There's no alternative. Show me something, because I have yet to seen it on an occult, advanced, or myth, or even in mythology that actually celebrates this place.
Yeah, because even in the Christian foundation, the place to go that you are supposed to be doing your deeds and your works for is heaven. So, I mean, since when
you're doing everything to get to heaven?
You're doing everything to get to heaven. That's not here.
Right. So,
it's not supposed to be here.
Okay, let me inject this. Because there was an initiation system in Chem as well, which became all these initiation systems now in terms of levels of understanding. So to attract you, the first level is, this is beautiful. In the Christian church, we call them Bible stories. They're going to Bible study, and you hear about Moses and Abraham and Isaac, and they become moral stories. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
They, don't cross at the green, not in between, eat all your spinach. And then as you go on, you find out that Moses means osmosis, and it means to pluck out. Then you find in Sumerian, Nephis was the old Moses. So you find Ramesses being the old Moses, trying to keep them in bondage, only mean the human body. Osmosis, promised land. This represents out of this reality and all of this kind of stuff. So you have two different levels of understanding. The first understanding, you're supposed to hear these as story. Even before the Christian Bible, you can say mythology. You hear these as stories as kids. Then they'll tell you in your next level, well, these stories are these stars. Right. Oh, okay, so Perseus is this, that one, this one. Okay, it becomes more interesting. Then you say, well, these things are inside your body as well.
Right.
Oh, okay, they're inside my body. Oh, okay, my pineal and Sirius and all that. Then they say, well, you are God, right? Oh, you get to this level of it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're stuck at the Sunday school level. Oh, Isis is beautiful. This one is beautiful. So when some people will hear what I'm saying and think it's actually contradicting something. But what I'm trying to explain is a lot of people are seeing these, and I said it last week, as first level understandings as just beautiful. Yes, it looks pretty, but once you get past how pretty it looks, you start corresponding it to things in your reality. Your DNA, the stars, your whole story, plight, existence, how you got here and how you're going to get out, and what it is you're supposed to be doing here is in the world mythology.
Right.
In the world mythology. You can look at the Ramayana, Sita and Rama, two lovers, masculine and feminine energy, get kicked out and put in the wilderness. You went to Earth. Their whole story or love story is about them regaining back to the kingdom.
Right.
So you'll look at it as a love story. Now, out of that story is where you get Helena of Troy.
Yes.
And I think even before that, Soma, a moon god, steals Tara. So this most beautiful thing, which is the feminine energy, you got people going to war for it. People went to war for Sita in the Ramayana. Everyone must read that story. One of the greatest love stories in mythology. That's where Hanuman comes into play. Hanuman is the monkey god or the Monkey King, and connect it to Tahuti. You get to hear about Hanuman, a very powerful god, but it's through this Ramayana. But when you go past, and the story is a great story. I mean, that book I just read all the way through was like the greatest. But at the end, when you decode it, as opposed to just saying, I know this story and I can repeat it, when you decode it, what happens is you get that they're talking about something greater. When she gets stealed by Ravana, I think was the god, he same set deity, but it's representing his ego. He steals her because she was so beautiful,
right.
But he didn't earn that love. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In other words, he didn't do the alchemy, if you will. Mm-hmm. So him as a demon, it became the ego and greed. He wouldn't listen to reason. There was a point where Hanuman flew in and seen Sita and was like, yo, we can bounce right now. She said, I'm not leaving because my lover is supposed to come and rescue me. See, it's about the rescue. The rescue is the masculine and feminine coming together. In fairy tales, it's the Prince Charming that gives Sleeping Beauty the kiss, or it's the princess that kisses the frog and turns him back into a prince.
Right.
It's talking about and then living happily ever after. They go off into the sunset is representing getting the fuck off of Earth. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Earth itself is the Sleeping Beauty. We are the Sleeping Beauty, actually, on the Earth.
Right.
It's supposed to be resurrected by Prince Charming. That's the story of Haru fighting. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To gain his victory back to the throne. Osiris or Sirius is represented as dead because you don't have the truth. You have the access as a concept, and these concepts that you have is nothing but the mythology for you to play it out. You get what I'm saying?
True.
And it's a guaranteed win. That's what movies are about. We go to the movies and we know Bruce Willis is going to win, Conan's going to win, he's going to save the girl, he's going to get the diamond,
right,
he's going to beat the bad guy. But it's about everything that happens in between. You know Indiana Jones is going to make it. It's about everything that happens in between.
Yes.
That's exciting. So all of this Middle Passage, what looks terrible in Haiti, this white man, this is the movie that we are guaranteed to be victorious in. Guaranteed to be victorious in. So what I'm saying is not radical or a different way of thinking. It's actually the Gnostics. When you hear the Gnostic thought, you can clearly hear they were trying to give a shortcut to what was already known by the adepts, what the priesthood was teaching through all these dynasties.
Right.
This is what they said. We're going to give this shit in a nutshell because the rise of the white man was happening, Greece and Rome. So they said, we're going to give this to you in a nutshell because this shit's about to fall off the planet. You get it?
Yes, yes.
So if you think I'm bullshitting, look at every Egyptian hieroglyph. It's telling you why were they so intrigued by death if everything was going good. If they was chilling and there was a chicken in every pot, why were they intrigued by death? Why the book of Coming Forth by Day is all about how to die and not come back. Go through the fucking duat, which is dimensions, which is same shit as cutting up Osiris' body, is just dimensions. That's your problem. We're in dimensions. Our energy is fragmented. When you dream, you go to different dimensions in yourself. All your power has to come back as one, and is broken up or cut up like Osiris. New dimension. We're in the illusion of separation. That's the atomic world. The Egyptians talked about a quantum reality as the afterlife, an all-connected reality. No, we're not here for fun. This is not. If you came down here and talking about the ancestors wanted you to be in duality, who would do something so fucking cruel to you that you would now sit here and co-sign with it? Who would do that? And how do you call yourself a god? How do you come here in this ignorance for the hope that one day you may get the opportunity to build a pyramid? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense if you follow it through. If you are just trying to enjoy yourself, see, at the first level, the shit is self-esteem. A lot of people haven't went past the self-esteem level in this. Once you get past the self-esteem level, you will then start getting into the occult and what did they mean when they said Horus? Not just Horus is cool because he's going to kick your ass. What did they mean when they said Set? And why does Set show up in all the mythology as well?